We're in the city, right? Oh, check out City Hall. Y'all see that? Anyways, we're in the city today. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, so if you've been looking to purchase a forever car, you also need to buy tools, and tools are very important when it comes to owning these forever vehicles, because these are the things that are gonna keep your costs low and keep you back on the road, if you know what I mean. Not having to go deal with mechanics and waiting times and thinking if you're or wondering if your mechanic's being honest, and just by simplifying your life, you know. And if you've been keeping up with the forever cars, that term where people literally by the masses are checking out when it comes to having car notes, brand new cars, or just a modern car in general terms, because it just comes, it's a hassle. I've personally never owned a modern vehicle. You know what? I would have to take that back. I have, and I'll give you guys an example why I fucking can't stand these fucking modern vehicles. I bought a Ford Fusion, a hybrid, right? It was a flip. So I actually made some money on this vehicle, but you know, when I went to go purchase, I paid this was a few years ago. Oh look, we're on Market Street. Hold on. It's the infamous San Francisco Market Street. That's the famous Market Street. Anyway, so where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so I bought this vehicle, right? Hybrid. And you know, I plug in I put my scan tool. Hold on. Taking notes. Anyways, bear with me, I'm new to making these videos. I get kind of nervous. I gotta pay attention to the road. You know, make sure I don't run over anybody. I don't want to pop up on the news like them Indians been popping up on that they've been running people over. Anyways, so this hybrid, right? This hybrid vehicle, I plug in my the scanner, and it needed what did it need? This was a few years ago. Oh, it needed a air filter. I thought to myself, oh, no biggie, whatever, right? I purchased a vehicle. I had spoke to the owner. She was the original owner or the second owner, I forget. And she pretty much told me, yeah, I took it to the shop. The fuel efficiency isn't. I guess the car wasn't running as it should, right? When it comes to the efficiency, anyways. And they quoted her some fucking crazy ass number, like $2,000 to get it running properly. And I didn't think much of it. I was like, okay, you know what? I diagnosed the car. It needs it don't need too much work. I'm gonna see if I can get this motherfucker running, right? It was I kid you guys not, it was a nightmare trying to find the parts for this vehicle. Right? For number one, and it goes back to why people go to forever vehicles, right? And this is back in 2012. You know, so these the certification of vehicles has been going on for a while now. And or 2016, I mean, excuse me. And so I'm trying to call back then it was called Cragen, the O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Like, hey, I need an air filter for this car. So they sell me an air filter, right? Here's another one where these fucking auto parts stores sell you the wrong parts all the time. I buy the bare filter for a few bucks. Then, when it comes to swapping out the air filter, I literally had to take the whole front end of the whole fucking car just to swap. The fucking engineers decided to put the air filter at the bottom. I forget if it was the left or right side of the bumper. I don't understand why they fucking did this shit, right? Anyways, so I took a picture of it. Hopefully I can find a picture and actually upload that fucking picture to show you guys. It took me like a day and a half to swap out this fucking air filter on his hunk of shit. And it was a hunk of shit, which is even worse. It's not like it was a Toyota or a car that was in the last another 100,000 miles. It was one of these modern piece of shit hybrids. Anyways, I take the whole fucking front end and the air filter, you know, back to O'Reilly's and them, and not being a correct part. It's this fucking giant fucking tube attached to the air box. One single whole piece, so you couldn't take apart the air filter box because it was attached to the tube that leads into the engine. And just to give you guys a visualization, and it was all sealed, so you had to buy the whole entire fucking piece, and you couldn't just open the air box. I don't know if that makes sense. Why would they do that? I don't fucking know, right? So, and this is the reason why you need to have a father too. Separate story though, right? So my father goes, you know what? He said, fuck them motherfuckers. They want you to go buy the whole piece. So I called the dealer just to get a price quote. The whole assembly air box with the filter inside where you couldn't open it to get the filter, right? Was like $1,000 for that shit. So my father goes, you know what? We're gonna get a fucking grinder and we're gonna cut that motherfucker evenly open, pop it open and see what's up. So we do that. The air filter had a whole bunch of garbage, and I could see why they designed the piece of shit engineers designed it like that. So you couldn't open it, right? So you would have to buy the entire piece. And all we did was, the air filter was actually decent. It was just where it was positioned at the bottom of the bumper. You know, you're literally picking up all the trash and everything, and it was essentially stopping the airflow to the engine, which made it made it run inefficient, if that makes sense. Anyways, fast forward. We cut the motherfucker open. The air filter went across the street, threw it in the washing machine, washed it, came out like brand new, sealed it again, got that fucking car running like nothing. Went to go O'Reilly's to go return the air filter. The wrong air filter that they had sold us. The point I'm trying to make is, I was able, you know, with the help of my father too, right? And his wisdom, we were able to get this car back on the road just for like $2-3, right? Just a few dollars. But just the amount of labor that went into getting this fucking hunk of shit running back on the road. I could see why the lady decided to sell this modern car, right? I think I paid like $600 for this shit. 600 or $1,000, I don't remember. It was years ago. Because of the hassle, the over-engineering, the fucking... Buy yourself a tool here. I gotta pull over real quick. Buy yourself some tools and make sure you're, you know, a setback doesn't turn into an emergency. So here are the tools that you need to have, in my opinion. You gotta have jumper cables, either a jumper box, jack and a jack stand, OBD2 scan tool, and I'm oversimplifying, right? Because I have way more tools than what I'm mentioning, but this is kind of like the basics. A set of sockets, wrenches, ratchets, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch ratchets, gallon of water. You always want to carry some water with you. Just, you never know, your car might overheat. You might break down. You might have to how do you call it? Pour some water in there. Anyways, extra engine oil, impact gun, tire patching kit, and air pump. That's pretty much the general tool list that I personally carry. I'm leaving some shit out. But anyways, that's it for today's video. Don't get left behind. Don't how do you say, don't purchase these fucking shit modern cars. Go get yourself a Toyota. You know, it's not sexy to drive the fucking Toyota. I know it. I personally know. I'm sexy enough and I got enough charisma and I got enough ism. I don't need a fucking new car. If you know what I mean. Anyways, we're in the Mission District today. Check it out. In San Francisco. That's the Mexican neighborhood out here. Anyways, that's it and I'm gone. Till next time. Peace.